Hey, Redemption Road Church. As we enter a season of All In, we're super excited about the opportunity and the challenge to examine what it means to grow in generosity. We know God is calling Redemption Road to be all in this super pivotal season of growth. Now, to help us do that, we're providing this commitment card as a tool to help you reflect on what God is calling you and your family to do. I'm going to take a few moments to walk through this with you as you consider how God is calling you to give. If you open up the card, you'll see a worksheet on the inside. We've created this worksheet to help you pray through this commitment. You don't actually have to fill out every line here. The only box we're asking you to fill out for sure is the blue one at the bottom. Our primary goal in this initiative is for 100% engagement, that everyone who calls Redemption Road home would be willing to grow in generosity and engage joyfully in this initiative. Let me walk through the rest of the card with you. The first box at the top says what I or we normally give in 1 year. This is where you're going to include your typical giving in the course of a year. All in includes your total giving, not just extra or expanded giving. Now, honestly, for some of you guys, this first box may not have a number in it yet, and that's okay. This can be the beginning of an impactful rhythm of giving God your first and best. Be encouraged. This is part of our Christian walk and our Christian worship. The second box says, my or our expanded generosity for All In. Spend some time praying and asking God how He wants you to grow in this area and expand your generosity. Ask yourself, is giving my first fruits back to the Lord first priority in my life? Just be as honest as you can as you seek to reflect how God is asking you to expand your generosity during this season. We will then add those first two boxes together, normal giving and expanded annual giving during All In, and then enter the total of that in the third box. Then we're going to multiply it by 2 since this is a 2-year initiative. Now the next box is super important. It's the gift from stored resources box. We often consider our generosity in relationship to what we will make in the future. We sometimes don't think about what God has already given us in the past, our stored resources. But to fully engage with what God is doing and grow our generosity, we are asking you to consider stored resources from the past. Everyone has them. For some, this might be cash savings, property, a vehicle, retirement accounts, or stock, or really any possession that we have. What a privilege that we could give a material possession toward the work God is doing through Redemption Road to save lives for eternity. I would encourage you to pray over these stored resources and how they could be an impact on eternity. And then finally, add everything together at the bottom. This is the total of your 2-year all-in commitment amount. Ask God, does this commitment reflect that I'm orienting my other priorities around you to receive my first and best? If you're married, I encourage you to pray through this with your spouse during this season and make that decision together. I also want to draw your attention on the backside of this card to the gift chart. For many of you, this chart could be helpful as you think and pray through what all in looks like in your life. This represents the kind of gifts that are possible in a church like ours in a season like this. Would you allow God to stretch you in bold ways as you pray through this commitment card? I want to encourage you to join me in engaging fully in what God is doing. I'm super excited about what God is doing in our church. Lisa and I have been praying for months about what God is leading us to do. We love giving to the work of Redemption Road, and we are in this with you guys. And so we plan to give our largest gift ever over the next 2 years. All of us will commit together as a church October 5th during our normal Sunday services. This will be an incredibly catalytic moment in the life of our church and in your walk with Jesus. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see what God is going to do through our church.